up here. I can't believe what you got me into.
We're doing a catering job, Mr. Dickey.
The sky's the limit when it comes to Dickey's Catering. Feeding a few or feeding a few hundred. Don't forget Dickey's Catering. Try the pulled pork street tacos. They're great. Dickey's, we speak barbecue.
Elderly woman in Brooklyn attacked, smashed in the face by a stranger at her front door. Tonight she talks about the terrifying incident only to Eyewitness News. Good evening, I'm Joe Torres.
And I'm Lauren Glassberg in for Sandra Bookman. The suspect in this attack is linked to 4 other violent robberies in Brooklyn and Queens, and almost all of his victims elderly women. Tonight, police released new video of the man they're looking for.
Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim is live in the Kensington section with the story. Stefan.
Well, Joe and Lauren, this 84-year-old victim says she barely even remembers what happened. This massive hulk of a man hit her so hard he broke her.
Victory.
Après le boulot qu'avaient fait mes équipiers, je me devais de
Well, I had to win because my teammates did a really good job. But I wasn't in particularly great shape. I had to really push myself to the limit because the team really deserve it as well. I'm a rider for multiple stage races. If I want to have good results in a one-week race or on a grand tour, I have to be competitive in time trials and in the mountains. And I was here, so it's all going well. Pinot, a deserved winner, beating fellow Frenchman Latour by 37 seconds. Judge revelation Sam Oman was another 9 seconds further back. Well, Colombia's Nairo Quintana is on the Tour of Catalonia, his first success of the new season. A breakaway group of 12 riders had a healthy lead with 51 of the 136 kilometres around Barcelona's Montjuic area left. Quintana's rivals, Alberto Contador, Richie Porte and Chris Froome, shadowed him at the front of the peloton. Both Froome and then Contador took their turns on the attack. Contador is 7 seconds behind Quintana in the overall. He couldn't break clear though. With 8k to go, the last 2 escapees still had 30 seconds on the peloton. Primož Roglič and Alexei Tatevich, the men making the pace at the front, and in the sprint for the stage victory it was the Russian who just held off Roglič, and it nearly celebrated too soon. Meanwhile, further back, Quintana arrived at the line in the same group as Contador and Froome, and with it took the overall victory. Well, very happy, very emotional with the win. Very proud to have beaten such rivals, direct rivals, who will be there again for the next bunch of important races, and the goals that I also share with them. This victory gives me confidence and tranquility. That proves to me that all my preparation by Romania in Cluj. Wales will also be in France this summer, their first major tournament since 1958. They'll be limbering up against Ukraine in Kiev this evening, while Northern Ireland welcomes Slovenia to Windsor Park. Jason Day has won the WGC match play event in Austin, Texas for the second time in 3 years after beating Lewis Oosthuizen in Sunday's final. The Australian, who has also reclaimed top spot in the world rankings this week, beat Rory McIlroy in his semi-final on the 18th, while Oosthuizen trounced Rafa Cabrera Bello. And in the final, it was all day. 3 up at the turn, then wrapping up a 5-4 victory of birdies on the 13th and 14th holes. This win coming on the back of his triumph at the Arnold Palmer Invitational last week.
It's been an amazing week. I've really enjoyed this golf course. I've been able to not only utilise the great short game that I've had from last week to this week, but to be able to play the way I did from tee to green, and then on top of it, make tough matches and hit the clutch shots. It's been really fantastic.
So Day looking in fine fettle with the first major of the season. The Masters due to get underway at Augusta in just over a week. Novak Djokovic is safely into the last 16 at the Miami Masters, easing past João Sousa in straight sets. 10th seed Richard Gasquet also advances after dropping just 3 games against French compatriot Benoit Paire, while Gilles Simon edged former US Open champion Marin Cilic. Thomas Berdych beat home hope Steve Johnson 6-3 in their deciding set. In the women's event, Australian Open champion Angelique Kerber reached the last 16 after Dutch qualifier Kiki Bertens retired, while Garbine Muguruza dropped just 1 game in her match against Nicole Gibbs. Also through from world number 1 Victoria Azarenka and American Madison Keys, who beat US Open finalist Roberta Vinci, the Italian 9th seed. Cambridge have beaten Oxford to win the 162nd annual university boat race on the River Thames in London. Their first victory in 4 years extended their lead over Oxford in the long-standing series to 82-79. As usual in an Olympic year, both crews were under strength, with leading rowers preparing for Rio instead. Despite rough and choppy waters, pre-race favourites Cambridge looked more comfortable throughout the near 7-kilometre course through south-west London. Cambridge's more experienced crew took the lead from the start and never gave it up. They finished comfortable winners to end a run of 3 successive defeats. Earlier in the day, Oxford Easy won the 71st edition of the women's race.
There you go, that's the latest sports news for you here at France 24. In the next hour, of course, Melissa Bell's going to be with you. She'll bring you the very latest on that attack in Lahore in Pakistan. The latest figures we have is up to 70 people have been killed there. Plus, we're going to bring you as well the latest from Brussels. Our correspondent Maid McMahon will talk to Melissa. She'll give us the latest on the investigation. Plus, of course, more on that demonstration which happened in the centre of Brussels yesterday. The mayor, in fact, of Brussels criticising the city's police, saying they did nothing to stop those hooligans invading the memorials to the victims of last week's attacks. Melissa talking to Maid McMahon then after the break on France 24.
You love watching France 24 in English.
Analysis from France 24. I'm Mark Owen. These are the main world news.
To the border with Algeria.
Huge lines since this morning to answer that question. Tell them around the world. Featured on cable and satellite systems and online media in France and across the world.